An overnight shooting at a Madison radio station leaves a DJ wounded. And it's a tale of two libraries in New Glarus, why some say keeping the original space is important.
This is News 3 at 5:30.
Good evening and thanks for watching News 3 at 5:30. I'm Keely Arthur. An overnight shooting at a local radio station is keeping police very busy. Our Amy Reed is live at WORT downtown where it happened. Amy, what do we know so far?
Yeah, Keely, this was about 3 this morning. We know one person was shot. Now, the station president is trying to work with police to find out exactly how the shooter got in. They may have known the keypad entry or they may have slipped in between shows, but the police said that there was no sign of forced entry. Now, once inside, the shooter, who they said was wearing a hoodie and a mask, came into the studio and opened fire. The DJs inside tried to dive out of sight where they were able to call police. One of them was shot, but he's okay. He was able to give an interview to police, so now police are trying to figure out who did it. The police spokesman said they don't think this is random, so there isn't danger to the public. But while that's going on, the station president said he can't forget how amazing the community has been.
We're just really grateful for the community of listeners and the community of supporters and the community of media that are all helping each other out.
Now, amazingly, even after what the station has been through, they put up a story about their site on their website within hours, and they're back on the air, though they had to stop broadcasting while police were looking at the scene. And also, station volunteers have been cycling in all day to be there for one another. Now, the station said after this, they'll be tightening security, changing the locks, and making sure the security camera is up and running.
Amy Reed reporting for us. Thank you, Amy. 2 people are in the Dane County Jail after allegedly firing a gun this morning. Monona police say 38-year-old Aaron Eugene Henderson from Milwaukee and 28-year-old Megan Ann Jensen from Monona were arrested after police responded to reports of gunshots. Officers say the incident happened around 6:15 a.m. on the 600 block of Pirate Island Road. That's right near the Yahara River and West Broadway. According to the police report, the 2 suspects know each other and were drinking all night long. The incident is still under investigation. Madison police are searching for an armed man in his early 20s who allegedly robbed a cab driver on the city's east side. It happened around 2 a.m. at the 800 block of North Thompson Drive near Sycamore Park. Police say the 51-year-old cab driver told them the man showed him a gun and then ran away with some cash. The incident is still under investigation. MedFlight was called out to a major crash this afternoon in Dane County. The Dane County Sheriff's Department says around 12:45 this afternoon, MedFlight responded to multiple vehicles crashed on Highway 12 near County Road AB in the town of Cottage Grove. We're still waiting to find out more information about what happened and how many people were hurt. We'll bring you the latest on channel3000.com. Well, let's turn it over to meteorologist Dave Caulfield in with your first alert forecast. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Keely, we do have an alert day in the forecast for southern Wisconsin for tonight and into the overnight hours for some showers and thunderstorms possibly coming through. Those thunderstorms could produce some gusty winds and some very heavy downpours. Some localized flash flooding is possible. Here's what Doppler track looks like across the state of Wisconsin. We do have some severe weather closer to the upper peninsula of Michigan and also into northeastern Iowa. That storm in Iowa has produced some pea-sized hail and some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we're watching this batch of thunderstorms closely. It does look like the majority of the strong part of that thunderstorm will head to the south and east and miss southern Wisconsin, but some light to moderate rain showers and some thunder and lightning possible for spots like Platteville over the next hour. You actually just saw that lightning strike on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam there in Platteville. Temperatures are in the mid-80s right now across southern Wisconsin. Closer to that rain, we are in the 70s. Plenty of humidity for those storms to tap into, and wind speeds out of the south and west generally ahead of that front at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. This evening, mostly cloudy, warm and humid with those showers and thunderstorms developing. We'll track those showers and thunderstorms and talk about the main threats into the next couple of days in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. After about 20 years of efforts to build a new library, the village of New Glarus is getting closer to getting the job done. They've narrowed down a location, but it's one many in the area are not happy with. Our Madeline O'Neill tells us why.
Keeley, New Glarus is looking to replace its current library location at Village Hall with a bigger one at Glarner Park, just about a block away. The library board has a fundraising goal of $2 million. They're nearly halfway there, and the village would contribute $1 million as well. But hundreds are part of an online campaign to save Glarner Park.
I'm gonna get you. It's just a great way to bring people together.
Playing ball is a tradition here at Glarner Park.
Some residents that watch their grandkids play ball here today
I'm gonna be home.
also play ball here themselves.
One that's still going strong.
Baseball and softball are thriving here, and we don't want that put at risk.
It would be really sad to see it gone. Like, just fun to play ball and stuff.
As longtime resident and former village board member Greg Timke sits in the historic park.
We're in limbo right now.
He's playing what he considers to be the most important game at Glarner Park yet.
We're fighting over a scarce resource, land.
On his team, the Save Glarner Park crew, hoping to convince the village board to reconsider plans to build a new library in its place.
There's opinions on both sides of the issue.
Village Administrator Brian Gadot's office in the Village Hall is just steps from the current library.
It serves as a gathering place for the community.
One that many consider to be too small.
The Glarner Park site that we're talking about is the one right here.
In a 2014 non-binding referendum, voters picked Glarner Park for a new library over a site west of downtown.
Out of the way, and there isn't a continuous sidewalk.
While some, like Temke, are concerned that Glarner Park is in a floodplain, Gadot says library architects are aware and will address that. Regardless of location preferences, Gadot believes everybody's playing on the same team.
I think everyone would admit that the current situation with the library is probably not acceptable long term.
Here, let's go over here. Around the bases.
We're not against the notion of a new library. We're against the notion of losing Glarner Park.
Village officials say if the library is built on Glarner Park, they would relocate the softball diamond at a cost of about $300,000. But deciding where that would be likely won't be easy because, as mentioned, usable land is scarce. And by June of next year, the library board is required to have some sort of cost plans in place.
Lots of back and forth there. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much, Maddie, reporting for us. Well, coming up next, a man loses his legs and hands due to something so common it's scary. We'll tell you about how his interaction with a dog turned almost deadly. Welcome back. A popular scooter company may soon be forced out of Milwaukee. As of today, the hundreds of motorized scooters known as Birds can be found across the city are now illegal. The scooters can be rented through an app on your smartphone. The company has been operating in the city without a permit. The Milwaukee Common Council passed an ordinance earlier this week to ban them. The scooters were expected to be impounded yesterday, but Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett says they're giving the company till the end of this weekend to voluntarily pick them up. Representatives with Bird Rides say they're having similar issues in other cities. A West Bend man is recovering in the hospital tonight. He lost both his hands and legs after a dog lick led to an infection. This case has many in Wisconsin wondering, could this happen to me? Stephanie Buffamonte from our partners in Milwaukee has that story.
Stan Cole lost his legs after playing with his dog.
Her canine went across there, and it was like a hangnail is all it was, just a little bit of the cuticle lifted up.
That was all it took for an infection to cause him to lose his limbs years ago. Now he's here in Milwaukee to comfort Greg Manteuffel, the West Bend man who lost both his hands and legs and is in the hospital right now. Doctors say Manteuffel's infection was caused after contact with bacteria found in dog saliva. Cole says he's giving Manteuffel hope after going through the same rare infection caused by a dog.
He was given a raw deal. How else can you look at it? But the things that I've been through and the things that I've made with it is incredible.
At the Silver Spring Animal Wellness Center, Dr. Pete Gavaris has gotten several calls in the last few days from concerned pet owners.
And people do not need to get rid of their pets. Absolutely no way. This is a very rare event.
You can get infected with contact through animal saliva in a cut or open wound. The bacteria is common in the mouths of dogs and cats, but most people who are in contact with pets won't get sick. Those at risk to be infected are people who don't have a spleen, abuse alcohol, have cancer, or a low immune system.
It's avoiding circumstances if you're one of those patients who are at high risk. It's good hygiene, washing your hands, cleaning up.
For Cole, he says he hopes his comfort and sharing his medical records will help Manteuffel.
Why did I make it through this thing? What's going, what's my purpose now? What do I do? And maybe it's just what we just did.
His wife says he has multiple surgeries left, possibly one on his nose. She says they're grateful, though, for all the support they've received. As summer wears on, sunflowers are coming into bloom. Sightseers are looking for a place to enjoy them after Verona's Pope Farm Conservancy announced they wouldn't have the field this year. Leatherberry Acres in Baraboo will be opening their sunflower maze later this week to fill the gap. The farm's owners say they are happy to provide a place for sightseers and photographers to have a look at them blooming. And they say something about sunflowers represents something beautiful about the summer.
I feel like sunflowers really celebrate summer. Summer's kind of coming to an end, and you know, they're sunflowers. They're happy, they're bright, they're just great.
The Sunflower Maze's theme this year is celebrating veterans. Leatherberry Acres will be open to the public starting this Wednesday. Yes. Well, coming up, some severe weather possible later on tonight. Dave Caulfield has your first alert forecast. Stay with us.
Good evening. I hope you had a really nice Sunday. We had the showers and storms around early this morning. Then the sunshine made an appearance this afternoon, and because of the clouds that were still around from this morning's rain, temperature is actually a little bit cooler than yesterday. Still made it into the 90s in Milwaukee, however. 84 the high in Madison, well into the 90s closer to Des Moines. Visible cloud tracks showing those clouds earlier on today and into this afternoon, and over the last couple of hours we've seen some severe thunderstorms closer to northeastern Iowa. I do think those will generally miss us, or at least the strongest parts of those thunderstorms will head to the south and east. But an alert day is in the forecast for tonight and into the overnight hours for possibly strong to severe thunderstorms, some gusty winds and some very heavy rain, some localized flash flooding possible over the next 24 to 36 hours. Here's what I was talking about on Doppler track. So that severe thunderstorm has been lifted for the time being, but we're still watching those thunderstorms as they continue to move to the east and southeast into Platteville. We saw some lightning strikes earlier, so some light to moderate showers closer to Iowa and Lafayette County. Excuse me. We do have that severe weather outlook, slight risk for spots generally just to the north and west of Madison. And for tomorrow, some of those storms could be strong as well. A marginal risk of severe weather for most of us. A live look in Madison. You can see the rain off in the distance on the WISC-TV Skycam. Currently at 84 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, west-southwest wind at 10 miles per hour. So an alert day in the forecast for tonight. As I mentioned, scattered storms will be with us later on tonight into the early hours of Monday. Locally heavy downpours could produce some localized flash flooding and also some gusty winds. Those are the main threats with the storms coming up over the next 24 to 36 hours. Some small hail also possible. And while the tornado threat is very, very low, it is not zero, so we're watching that very closely. We're going to have to keep an eye to the sky over the next couple of days. Tonight, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. Some could have heavy rain. Tomorrow, humid with scattered showers and thunderstorms. A little bit cooler as well with lots of clouds around, temperatures in the low 80s. So future track showing things still getting started over the next couple of hours. So this evening, have the umbrella ready to go, but I don't think we're going to see all that much in the way of rain. That changes into the wee hours of Monday. You could see that kind of complex of showers and thunderstorms continuing to move across southern Wisconsin, and that goes into Monday as well. During the afternoon and evening on Monday, some more showers and thunderstorms producing locally heavy downpours possible. I think Tuesday we start to finally quiet down, but over the next 24 to 36 hours, not out of the question to get 1 to 1.5, maybe even upwards of 2 inches of rain, depending on where those downpours set up. So definitely be ready for that. Have the rain gear ready to go because we're definitely going to need it over the next day to day and a half. Then slight chance of showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. We do get a break on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Some more showers and storms. Come with us as we take a look at the 10-day forecast. I do think the weekend is looking dry with temperatures a little bit warmer in the mid-80s, plenty of sunshine. Then as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so the start of next week, those showers and thunderstorms are here again. So some nice days are coming up, but definitely a soaker looks to be on the way over the next couple of days or so.
Heat, hail, storms, a mixed bag. It's kind of all over the place right now.
Yep, it's definitely summer is back across the area. So.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dave. Coming up, a former Badger could be on the move. Melissa has the details next in sports.
Well, the Brewers just aiming to put some more bodies in the bullpen, it seems. This morning, the team getting right-hander Jordan Lyles from the Padres. The 27-year-old is 2-4 this season with a 4.29 ERA in 24 games. He has 1 year left on his contract after this season. Now, as for the series finale against the Rockies, some ninth-inning heroics today. Brewers down 4-1. Mike Moustakas, first home run in a Brewers uniform, helping cut the deficit there. 5 batters later, Orlando Arcia, hitting just under 200 right now, drops that one in left. Ryan Braun scores. We've got a rally going here. Hernan Perez at the plate later. Adam Ottavino throwing a wild one. So Eric Kratz scampering on home from third to score, tying the game up at 4. But the Brewers losing in extra innings. Kyle Arenado hitting a home run in the 11th. So 5-4, the Brewers lose the final score. Former Badger forward Sam Decker on the move yet again. According to ESPN, the Sheboygan native is going from the Clippers to the Cavaliers. Now, the details still being worked out. It could include some cash or future picks, but at the moment, Cleveland will not be trading a player back to L.A. The deal will likely be finalized tomorrow or Tuesday. Decker is entering his 4th year in the league. This will be his 3rd NBA team. He averaged 4.2 points and 2.4 rebounds in about 12 minutes per game last season. Update on David Bakhtiari after leaving family night in a cart. He went through some tests today. The initial ones showing that he sprained his left ankle, but is reportedly not going to jeopardize his availability for the season opener on September 9th against Chicago. Now, Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer, quite the storyteller, told a bunch of them in his speech last night in the induction ceremony. He grew up in Idaho, played at the University of Idaho, and was actually in class when he was drafted by the Packers. And his friend had to tell him all about it afterwards.
You got drafted. I got great. What round was I? 4th round. Wonderful. Who drafted me? Green Bay. Green Bay. Where the hell is Green Bay? We got a map. We honestly got a map. Oh, it's way back there by Chicago. Oh, it's on a big lake.
I could listen to him talk all day, literally. Anyways, finally tonight, safe to say that these people are not afraid of heights. The Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series in Switzerland. That's American Andy Jones. Whew, he is pumped about his dive, getting some 8s across the board. Now, I personally think that these guys all deserve like 10s of millions, whatever the highest score you can get is for jumping off of that thing to begin with. First place going to this guy right here, Gary Hunt from Great Britain. The next men's event is later this month in Copenhagen, Denmark. I had to go and look up how high that platform is. 92 feet, folks. 92 feet.
The 3 feet diving board.
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
like
challenge
kiddie
for me.
pool. I'm like a kiddie pool person, yeah.
We're going to stay here.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
We have
Hi, I'm Michelle Carolla. Tonight on the news at 9, the first baby born via in vitro fertilization came into the world 40 years ago, and technology since then vastly improved. But there's a debate over so-called mosaic embryos. We'll explain that first on Fox at 9.
Welcome back. Some storm chances ahead?
Yeah, soggy 24 to 36 hours on the way for some of us. High-resolution Doppler showing those storms still into northeastern Iowa, and I do think much of the strong stuff will pass us to the south and west, but we do have the chance of seeing some pretty strong to severe thunderstorms overnight into tomorrow. Temperatures will make it into the low 80s for highs. Could have some pretty impressive downpours over the next couple of days. About 1 to 2 inches of rain out of the question for some portions of southern Wisconsin. 7-day forecast showing temperatures staying in the mid-80s over the next week or so, with some chances for showers and storms. But the weekend is looking really nice with temperatures in the mid-80s. So with all the rain over the next couple of days, just keep that in mind. The weekend is looking nice.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.